integrity and transparency of this governing body. A while ago, I recall a couple of citizens coming to the podium during public comment and asking if anyone on council or the mayor had received any campaign contributions from the consultant Tetra Tech. This question has been asked more than once. No one on the council responded, nor did you, Mayor. This is something that isn't uncommon, as council only answers the questions they feel they should answer. At the last council meeting, Mayor Barnett, you directed the citizens to go to the Oakland County website under campaign finance, where citizens can see any and all contributions made to whomever. Well, I was so intrigued so much that I did go to that website, and I found it disheartening to see that all the contributions were not on your campaign site, Mr. Barnett. You failed to disclose the fact that on April 14th of this year, you accepted a campaign contribution for $200 from the Tetra Tech PAC. I'm curious why you failed to disclose this information, and please don't tell me that your contributions don't influence your decision, as you have stated in the past, otherwise you would have disclosed. We're not ignorant. Contributions to politicians at all levels of government influence decisions that are not necessarily in the best interest of the citizens, and this happens to be one of those decisions. My second comment of the evening has to do with your decision-making process, Mr. Barnett. I have heard you say on more than one occasion you have nothing to do with the decision-making whatsoever. It's all up to City Council. And as mayor and really as CEO of the city, your input into the water reservoir issue has a significant influence on the decision to hire Tetra Tech. Even though you were at Harvard the night of June 7th, the council awarded $500,000 to Tetra Tech. I'm sure your influence was felt from afar. Mr. Mayor, Harvard wouldn't have chosen you if you weren't the type of mayor who knew every issue and decision being made on relevant topics like the awarded contract to Tetra Tech. I'm sure even you knew the outcome of the vote before it even took place. This administration and council continues to talk about transparency. This certainly doesn't look transparent to me. If anything, it looks much more political. Now, circling back to the campaign contribution from Tetra Tech, this contribution should have been disclosed per our ethics ordinance. Now, I do know the deadline for the next campaign contribution filing date is January 31st of 2011, and I'm sure the citizens will be happy to see this Tetra Tech contribution reported on your political campaign statement. But just in case that you forgot that you accepted monies from Tetra Tech, I made a copy for you from the Tetra Tech PAC, which I got from the State of Michigan Bureau of Elections website.
Okay, thank you.
Thank God for the internet.
Smack dab in my craw was Kim mentioning about the Tetra Tech contributions. And I appreciate you bringing that up. I looked at the document that you provided, and what this shows, ladies and gentlemen, is that Tetra Tech wrote me a contribution. I've been online here looking at all the contributions that I've received. I never accepted that contribution. I'm actually pretty proud of that. I didn't know how important that would end up being on a night like this. But also checking with Bob Justin, Attorney Bob Justin, who is my finance campaign manager, also would verify that that campaign contribution was never accepted. So what you presented was Tetra Tech, and I see Virg Venero and some other folks on here, contributions being made to them, but it's not an acceptance of my part. And if you look at all the documentation online from my site, and I will absolutely 100% to every single person in this room verify that information. I mean, I've scanned every document that I have on here. My campaign contributions are about 170 pages long on the Oakland County website, and you're all invited to take a look and see. There are a few of you here that have contributed. Thank you. But in any matter, all of them are on here. I am not shy about directing you here, and I am 99.9% sure that we never accepted that contribution. I remember it specifically because it came to one of my fundraising events. So I will verify that with you, Kim, but this information is just that they wrote it, but not that I accepted it, and that's pretty important to me. Now,
good evening. Irregularities in campaign tactics are concerning. It appears...
I'm sorry, let's start. Who is this question for?
Brian Barnett. It appears that the status quo in Rochester Hills is to influence election and gain clout through financial support. Illegal tactics are not limited to taxpayers for accountability, which appears to support the slate type of politics. with the Secretary of State finding fault in their tactics. Brian Barnett, how is it that your campaign finance reports have been turned over to the Attorney General's office due to failure to correct identified errors among other funding irregularities?
Mr. Barnett.
Thank you, Lorraine, for the question. I have my finance person, Bob Justin, handles all that. In fact, we turned our stuff in today. I'm not aware of anything like that. As you look at my campaign contributions, and I know you have many times, I'm very proud of them, actually, because I think what it indicates is a broad-based level of support. Since I became mayor, I've received over 500 contributions from different people across our city and our area. And I think what that says is that people understand what I stand for and that they believe in it. We've never been fined for anything. We've always applied with all the regulations, and I'm confident that we will continue to do that. Thank you.